Hey, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. Today is finally the final finale of the 1,100 pound total. Why am I flexing with my shirt off? Because it's also the final day of my bulk. Cutting starts tomorrow. So, little physique comparison to what I look like now compared to what I want to get back to. So, this is what I want to get back to. Currently 196 pounds. This was 176, so 20 pounds difference. All right, so squats, warming up. The hip was sore and stiff today. It has been for a couple months here. So I knew I kind of had to do just singles for warm-ups. If I do too much volume, I start really getting a helicopter at the bottom and my right hip loses power and I just twist like crazy out of the hole. So just did the bare minimum warm-ups and then jump straight into the first attempt. Now the max squat to beat from a couple weeks ago was 400.5 pounds. So came into this super nervous because I haven't been able to do a ton of volume. My hip's been killing me. So over the last 2 weeks, all I've done was hit a few singles on squat and deadlift. And then I just been deloading. So here we go with attempt one. There we go, 374 pounds. So the next jump I went up to 407 pounds. Didn't want to waste time to try to beat the 400.5 because I didn't know if the hip could hang in there. So here we go at 407. So you can see the right hip was struggling there. It couldn't quite get as low, but managed to grind that out. So then I went up to 418. This would be 407's a PR for me. Never had 418 on my back. So here we go. You can see there the right was moving, the left wasn't. The right stays up higher on the way down. It's super stiff, so the left gets lower, and then it looks like the right's moving faster, but really the right's just higher to start with. So last time I went squat, bench, deadlift, traditional format here, but had a horrible time trying to deadlift last time after benching with my back fused. You guys have heard this before, but I struggle to get into a deadlift position after benching because my back goes nuts after I arch. So 2 weeks ago I was struggling with everything 396 and above. I managed to grind out a 420, but wasn't happy with that. So I just wanted a smooth 396 to build some confidence today. I've been working really hard on my setup for the last couple of weeks and just working on getting it very consistent for the pull. So not lightning fast, but it moves smooth. All right, so attempt two now. I wasn't confident in 440, but I also didn't want to settle for 420 again, so I settled in at 196 kg or 431.2 pounds. I knew if I went straight to 440 and missed it, I'd be going back down to 420 and just settling there again. So right below my knees, it got really hard. All I could hear was Spencer's voice in my head telling me not to give up on that rep. Got super lightheaded at the top. Took a breath, but super happy that I got that. And then I was just going to give one attempt at 440. My hip and my lower back were pretty fried at this point, but I was going to go for it. See what I could do. Got super lightheaded there. Thought I was going to pass out for a second. So that was the end of my day for deadlifting. Now on to bench. So did my warm-ups, first couple warm-ups with my feet up. Didn't want to stress my lower back. It kind of the same effect as I had going bench to deadlift, only going deadlift to bench. My lower back just felt a ton of pressure on bench. Didn't affect my reps, but I didn't want to negatively impact it any more than I needed to before my working sets. So now bench, my shoulder's been bugging me with this bicep tendon and shoulder injury. So same thing. I didn't want to do a ton of warm-up sets. Just a couple warm-up sets, and I went straight into my working set. Now, I wore the elbow sleeves on my squats and my low bar squats. That helped a ton, actually, for the bicep tendon. Now, here we go, 264. So 264 moved nice, no problem there. 286 up next, so attempt two. Last week I hit 288, or 2 weeks ago I hit 288, so goal was to try to beat that if possible. So 286 was a grind, but it was there. Obviously, I'm not doing a big pause on the chest or anything like that. This is a home gym total. So now 291.5. Attempt to beat 288 from 2 weeks ago. It was an absolute grinder, but managed to get that, so super happy. And I didn't have much left in the tank after those 2 attempts, but decided to go for 300 pounds just for fun. Hoping I could grind that as well, but moved nicely off my chest and then just stalled out and ran out of gas. So that was it for the total. So 2 weeks ago I managed to hit 1108. So up basically, 21.7 pounds over the past 2 weeks, which I'm really happy with. I wasn't sure with all the deloading and not being able to get much work in. I was super nervous that my strength was going to drop from where it was. So happy it went up. Was able to kind of put on a better showing. Only thing I was kind of disappointed in was I really wanted that 440 pound deadlift, but at least it was up from 2 weeks ago, and just continue to work on the deadlift, continue to work on the form and get stronger at it. But overall, I'm happy with the results of the work over the last 8 months. So hit my 1,000 pound total at the end of last April, 1,037 pounds. So I'm up just over 90 pounds from where I was last year. So yeah, super happy with that. Time to cut, get back in shape, get the work capacity up, get lean again for the summer, and then come next October, we'll start building up again and see if we can beat this total at a lighter body weight. Next year, I'm hoping to maybe do, I don't know, I want to stay at 185 pounds or less next year. Last year was 190. This year I was 196 pounds. So if I could beat this total at 185, I'd be thrilled. I think I can. Deadlift, I know I got more strength in the tank on deadlift. I just got to get the form figured out. It's always been a really awkward lift for me. Squats, I don't know. Going to do a lot of quad isolation work. Quads are my weak point for sure on squats, so we got to shore that up. And then bench, I just need the shoulder to get healthy. I know I got more in the tank on bench if I can keep my shoulder healthy for a sustained amount of time. Had too many setbacks on bench this year, but happy to be up 5.5 pounds over my max bench from last year's total. It's not much, but it's progress. For everything I've been through with the injuries, I can't complain. All right, so for today's workout, after the total, did speed pull-ups, 8 sets of 2, 2 sets of incline bench, just 154 pounds. Here's my normal bench grip on the first set, and it was feeling a little bit better on my shoulder, but not awesome. Then I widened my grip out more than I would on flat bench, and it felt a lot better on the second set. So we'll try playing around with that, get the grip out a little wider, and we're going to build up the incline press for the summer. Still going to do some flat bench. I'm going to hit day when I do like a max effort day on flat bench, and I'm going to be using the slingshot on that day for singles and doubles. See what we can do to build up the bench with the slingshot. Excited to play around with that a bit. Then did some supinated pull downs and finished off the workout with some seated rows. Similar to deadlift, I can't do any bent over barbell work after doing bench press with that arch, so it's all cable machines. All right, that's it for the total. That's it for the workout. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support I've had over the last 8 months. You guys have really pushed me and helped me to get better, so thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.